Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday celebration. We are celebrating today your spiritual magnificence. All of you here and you out there at home too. And we want you to know wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here. We believe that we are co-creators with the divine and that you can change your life by how? Yes, love it. Ernest Holmes is our founder of this philosophy that we teach universal truths that are found in all spiritual teachings, both traditional and contemporary, like Deepak Chopra and Louise Hay and the Bible, and we really like to study truth here. So please visit our website at cslcapecoral.org for prayer requests and use the Contact Us tab so we can get to know you and get you on our mailing list, and we would love to hear your comments and questions. And this is our meditation portion of our service, and today we have the lovely and amazing Karen Gidley. So please give her a welcome and settle in.
Okay, there we go. All right, good morning, everyone. Glad to see everyone here this morning and those that are with us virtually. So now is the time for meditation, and I would like everyone to just take a nice deep breath and relax. Breathing in love and exhaling love. And knowing that your authenticity is the greatest gift that you can give yourself and others. So now if you just sit comfortably, feet flat on the floor or in a lotus-like position if you prefer, and just allow any thoughts and tensions of the day to fall away. Feel the muscles of your body relax. Relax as you let go of any physical tension. Especially the muscles of the jaw and the eyes. If there are any other areas that you notice that are more tense than others, relax those. Relax those areas. Feel each muscle relaxing as you let go of the tension there. Now focus on your breath as you breathe in and out. Just allowing it to flow smoothly. Breathing in from infinity, and breathing out to infinity. Keeping your awareness on the breath as you become one with the flow of life. Becoming one with your being. You are at one with your being as you breathe in from infinity and you breathe out to infinity. As you do so, become aware of that place of peace within. That place where you are most yourself. center of your being. This is the real you. Beyond the thoughts, beyond the dramas, and beyond the identifications of the mind. In the center of your being, this is the real you. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are not the roles you play. You are a center of pure awareness. A center of pure being. Journey to this center and allow yourself to become more and more present there. As you breathe in from infinity and out to infinity. Keep your attention on the experience of being and be more deeply. Just imagine that in this center you are the light, and allow that light to grow and expand with your being. As you become more and more present, breathing in from infinity and out to infinity. Become your infinite self. Feel the light and the peace of this being. Allow the light to flow through your entire body. The light is bathing every organ, every muscle, and every cell. Aligning your body to do its true identity. Allow the light to expand outwards around your body as if you are glowing. And as you breathe in from infinity and out to infinity, feel the roots of your physical being going deep into the earth. And you are touching all living things with your light. Now realize how you are connected with the earth. Give thanks for the life you have and the opportunity to be in this physical form. This physical form teaches you the wisdom of authentic living. Celebrate your true self. Breathing in from infinity and out to infinity. As you stay present in your center, experience your light radiating outwards through your locality, outwards across your country, and across the world, and across time and space. Feel your connection with all things. You are an infinite self. Keeping your attention on your breath. When you're ready, come back to your physical body in the present moment, feeling yourself fully present in your body. And slowly open your eyes, feeling fully grounded and centered, and ready to greet the rest of the day with greater presence, greater authenticity, greater wisdom, greater peace, greater compassion, and a greater gratitude for life. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Karen. Look at you guys are all glowing out there. So please, let's give a warm welcome. How about a hot welcome to the Big Love Band as they get us revved up this morning.
Got everything a man could want. I got more than I could ask for. I don't have to run around. I don't have to stay out all night. 'Cause I know the spirit that lives in me. And I know it sets my soul free. Well, the spirit lives in me. Well, the spirit lives in me. Don't you know that it's some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful. Talking about God, yeah. Is there anybody here that knows what I'm talking about? Is there anybody here that knows what I'm talking about? Now can I get a witness? 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 Don't you know that it's some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful, some kind of wonderful, it's some kind of wonderful. Wonderful. it is.
some kind of wonderful,
It's some kind of wonderful.
kind of wonderful,
Can I hear an amen?
some kind of wonderful,
It's some kind of wonderful.
kind of wonderful,
It's some kind of wonderful. Some kind of wonderful. Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see.
Another day goes by, and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. You want the world to know we won't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart.
And the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see.
Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. And I hope when you decide, kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart.
And the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see.
Put a little love in your heart.
Each and every day,
Put a little love in your heart.
there's got to be a better way.
Put a little love in your heart.
Don't you think it's time that you
Put a little love in your heart.
Ah. We all loved up now? So stay standing. We are going to bestow a blessing on each other, this center, and you at home, please join us and send this blessing out and turn your hands around and send it back on you. So repeat with me. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We know who you truly are. You are the spiritual image and likeness of God. We appreciate you, we love you, and we are thankful you are here. Welcome to the center.
Your love lifting me higher
So lift me
than I disappointment was my only friend. Then love came and my fear soon departed, and it will never be the same again. I said your love, it keeps on lifting,
keeps on lifting me,
lifting me higher and higher. I said your love
keeps lifting
said it
me,
keep on lifting,
keeps on lifting me,
lifting me higher and higher. Your love
keeps lifting me,
keeps on lifting,
keeps on lifting me,
lifting me higher and higher.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. What a great band. Thank you, Big Love Band. Another hand for them, please. That's great. Okay, so this month's theme is the soul's call. And this week is the soul's call to freedom. And the reading that I chose today is in the book by Deepak Chopra for the 7 Spiritual Laws, and we'll get to that in just a moment. I like what this month's discussion is, and this week actually. It is said that we must recognize the divine in ourselves, and by doing so, we have to go within. And that's part of what this meditation was this morning, is really going deep within ourselves as an individual. Because as we go into ourselves as an individual, we also bring that out into the world at large. So I would also like to put this one quote by Carl Jung out. It was on the monthly context that who looks outside dreams and who looks inside awakens. The soul's call is deeply intimate, challenging, exponentially powerful, and globally beneficial work that we are invited to do daily. So globally beneficial because when one of us awakens, it affects and involves the global consciousness. And another freedom, being freedom is the birthright of every individual. We are free to choose and create our experience of life. So the reading today I took was from chapter 7 of Deepak Chopra's book, The 7 Spiritual Laws, and the law of Dharma, or purpose in life. The 7th spiritual law of success of the law of Dharma. Dharma is a Sanskrit word that means power, purpose in life. I'm sorry, let me read that again. Dharma is a Sanskrit word that means purpose in life. The law of Dharma says that we have taken manifestation in physical form to fulfill a purpose, a field of pure potentiality in divinity in its essence, and the divine takes human form to fulfill a purpose. According to this law, you have a unique talent and a unique way of expressing it. There is something that you can do better than anyone else can do in the whole world. And for every unique talent, get the right page, sorry. And for every unique talent and unique expression of that talent, there are also unique needs. So when people need when these needs are matched with the creative expression of your talent, that is the spark that creates affluence. Creating and expressing your talents to fulfill needs creates unlimited wealth and abundance. Each of us is here to discover the true self and to find out on our own that our true self is spiritual, that essentially we are spiritual beings that have taken manifestation in physical form. We are not human beings that have an occasional spiritual experience. It's the other way around. We're spiritual beings that have occasional human experiences. And each of us here is to discover our higher self or our spiritual self. That's the fulfillment of the law of Dharma. We must find out for ourselves that inside us is a god or goddess in embryo that wants to be born so that we can express our divinity. And taking this into prayer, knowing that this beautiful day is here, God expressing itself through each and every one of us, and knowing that that God is all in all, that God is in me, as me, and through me, just as it is for each individual here, present today, and virtually watching. Knowing that these expressions of the truth, of the love, of the compassion, and the Dharma, which is our sole purpose, is here today, expressions to the world, knowing that each of these are uniquely individualized expressions, and they are only your expression, that nobody else can express the same way that you do. And knowing this truth, I am so grateful knowing that we have the freedom to choose and experience our life and to, at large, change the world to a more compassionate, peaceful, and loving world. And I know this to be the truth. I anchor this by saying, and so it is. Okay, thank you. And now, with Reverend Gregory Toole, virtually with us today, and his message for us, I welcome you to listen to this wonderful message. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen. So good to be here and with all of you. And I am just thrilled to be here. And gosh, here we are in spiritual community again. Boy, aren't we lucky? Aren't we fortunate to get to do this? Like, we get to do this. We get to be in community with each other. We get to be at love. We get to be in that place where we're around people who know the truth of who we are, who see us. I love that. Even just feeling you virtually here. I can't even see you at the moment, although I think I might be able to see you in a moment. But even so, just feeling the presence of spiritual community, feeling all of you out there. And wow, I just love the Big Love Band this morning. I was really just enjoying every song, and I was listening to John and Cassie, and suddenly I heard another voice, and I was like, whoa, where did that voice come from? And I presume that was Colette's voice, and I was really enjoying that. So wow, what a dynamic unfolding this morning with the Big Love Band. So give them a hand again if you want. That was just really magical and wonderful what they gave us this morning. So I'm so happy to talk this morning. I want to start by giving thanks for a couple weeks ago when I was with you and we did the old stories, new stories after service. And many of you participated in that. Thank you so much. And I was really uplifted by it as we, first got the old stories out there, the stories that we've been telling for a short time, for a long time, whatever, that no longer serve the center. And we got those all out. And then we put them aside and we said, okay, now what do we want to create? What do we want our spiritual community to be? And we came up with these new stories and I typed them all up. And I know we're going to post them in the sanctuary. I'm not sure if they've been posted yet, but I know that they're going to be posted, and I want you all to have them at home as well. So we need to have a way to get them in your hands so that you have it at home, because what I want you to do, they're in the form really of affirmations. And what I'm inviting you to do is take those affirmations. If you're really ambitious, like me, then take them every day. Take that whole list every day and go one by one, not just saying them rotely, but embodying them, feeling them, stepping into the vibration of them. Because as we, as the community, and you each as members of the community, step into the vibration of those statements, guess what happens? We know already, because of the Science of Mind teaching, that what we become, we create. right? We don't get what we want in life, we get who we are. So when we want something different, we become something different. So I know right now that we are stepping into the vibration of each one of those statements. And if you don't have as much time on a given day, you could take, say, 5 of them on Monday, and then another 5 of them on Tuesday, and another 5 on Wednesday, and so on and so forth. And just every day, step into the vibration, step into what these mean to you and what these are to you, and become what you see there. And so if everyone is doing that, oh my goodness, I just get so uplifted even imagining that, even thinking about what that's like, because I know that you're creating that. And this is the teaching of Science of Mind. Let's practice this teaching of Science of Mind. Let's not get complacent. Let's not fall back into the old stories, and let's remind each other kindly, gently, lovingly, compassionately, remind each other if we start to fall back into the old stories, and say to each other, remember, that's an old story we used to tell. We're not telling that story anymore. We're creating something new here. And let's invite each other into this. Let's be accountable to one another. We are accountable to one another in spiritual community, and again, with love, with compassion. Don't jam each other up. Don't beat each other over the head with it. We have enough things that we beat each other over the head with, right? We even take sometimes spiritual principle and beat each other over the head with it. Like, hey, this is the principle. In my for early days in Science of Mind, I was in a relationship, and we would use the Science of Mind principles to fight, and we would use them to justify our position. And it became quickly apparent that that was a futile effort to do that. And so let's not beat each other over the head with any of this. Let's allow it to be something that we're compassionate, loving, supportive, and that we are stepping into together. Like, we're in this together and we're creating this together, and let's have fun doing it. And if we backslide a little bit and we forget, or we tell an old story, let's just laugh about it, right? And say, oh my goodness, we just fell back into an old story. What's the new story? Let's remember the new story, and let's step into that. So thank you so much for doing that. And I look forward to continuing to do all of that. And I look forward, I know it's a little ways away, but that last Sunday in August, I'll be back with you. And let's, by that time, see, that's enough time where you guys can step into it so much that I'll even notice the difference when I walk in the door, right? I'll feel a different vibration, and then we can lift it up even further when I come and be with you. So how exciting. So today's talk, as has been said already, is the soul's call to freedom. And the soul so wants to express freedom, right? It is the nature of the soul to express freedom. And really, it is the freedom to express the fullness of the uniqueness and the essence of who we are. I love all that preceded my talk here today, that all like prime the pump, if you will, for getting ready for being all that we are, recognizing the uniqueness that we are. There's that phrase that has been attributed to Oscar Wilde, but apparently in researching it a little bit, I just got curious. A lot of the scholars say that he probably didn't say that. They can't find any place that he said it, which is that quote that says, "Be yourself, everyone else is already taken." And apparently, the scholars can't verify that Oscar Wilde ever said that, but it really doesn't matter who said it, because there's only one, and the one who said it is spirit, is divine. And so it's a revelation for us, right? That we need to be ourselves. Everyone else is already taken. Why be an imitation of someone else? So sometimes we get to the place where we say, well, who am I? I don't know who I am. How do I be myself? And that's a really good question, because so much of our upbringing, so much of our socialization has told us who we are, told us who we're supposed to be. If you're a man, you're supposed to be this way. And if you're a woman, you're supposed to be this way. And you have to identify as a man or a woman. You can't have it something else, right? And all of these things that we've been told that we're supposed to be, and how we're supposed to be, and when we're supposed to be, that it could be very easy for us at this point in life to not even know, well, who am I in my essence? But we do know. We do know, because if we go into our heart space, we can feel that which wants to be expressed in us, that which doesn't feel good to be hidden, right? That which is like, if I were really to be my true self, we can ask ourselves questions like that. If I were really to be my true self, if I were really free, what would I do? How would I be? Right? We can also ask people who are our friends and close to us, who, especially those that we know are going to tell us the truth, and those that we know have our best interest at heart. And we can ask them, what do you see as my essence? Because who we are goes before us so clearly, right? It was Emerson that said, who you are speaks so loudly, I can't hear a word you're saying. Right? It's like our essence, our aura, our energy, our vibration goes before us, and all can see it, even when we obscure it, right? Even when we cover it up. It's like a light. You can cover up the light a lot, but someone can still see there's a light there. I know you got that blanket over it and you got all kind of dust on it, but there's a light there. And in the same way, we all can see your light. We all can see your brilliance. We all can see your uniqueness, even when we try to hide it. So why hide it? Why not allow it to be fully expressed in all of its brilliance? I love that so many people and so many groups are declaring and saying that I will not be invisible anymore, that are stepping forth to say, I will be seen, right? So this is what many people have thought, is that just people are becoming more sensitive. But I would offer that maybe people aren't becoming more sensitive at all. Maybe people are saying, I no longer want to be invisible. I now claim who I am. So if I'm transgender, I claim who I am. I don't have to hide in the shadows anymore, right? Or if I'm bi, or if I'm gay or lesbian or queer or whatever it is that I am, then I don't have to hide in the shadows, right? This is the way I'm meant to be. This is how I was born. God does not make mistakes. God did not make a mistake in making you. God made you perfectly. And so we get to recognize that. And I want to just put a little caveat. This is not to say that our bad habits, that we ought to perpetuate our bad habits because this is just who I am, because that is not who we are. We are not our bad habits. In fact, our bad habits, in quotes, really come about to obscure who we are, to dull who we are. These are the things that we've created because we're afraid of our light. We're afraid to fully shine. So we cover it up, with substances or food addictions, or keeping ourselves so busy that we don't have to really pay attention. Whatever it is that are these bad habits, so to speak, that's not who we are. Who we are is that beautiful essence of light that God is at the center of our being, that uniquely as us, that's who we are. I used to always admire David Letterman. Anybody ever watched the David Letterman show when that was on? I used to admire the David Letterman himself, because the show, as far as I could tell, really made no sense. I mean, yes, he had some guests on there and all of that, but David Letterman, as I saw it, was just being himself. He was just showing up, being himself. He was goofing off. He was laughing. He was doing all kinds of goofy things. And it was like, oh my goodness, this guy is getting paid a lot of money just to be who he is. He's not trying to be anyone else. There is no one else like David Letterman. He's quirky, he's funny, he's goofy. And I think most of us would think, well, I can't be goofy and funny and strange like I am and different than everyone else, and that's going to get me somewhere in life. But really, how could that not? Like, that's our most precious gift. Our most precious gift is our uniqueness, is our essence that is like, there's no one else like you. There's no one else like me. That is our most valuable thing that we have. And yet so often we're trying to imitate others. We're trying to fit in. We're trying to belong. So what if we could become so comfortable with ourselves, like David Letterman, right? With the fullness of who we are, and be the fullness of who we are, and let it all hang out in terms of our magnificence and our brilliance and our beauty, right? We've got all kinds of labels, you know, like autism and Asperger's and Down syndrome and all these different labels we put on people. But God doesn't make mistakes. Every time I've met anyone with those labels, I've been amazed. I've been amazed at who these beings are and what a gift they are and how amazing they are. So what's with all these labels? You know, if you don't match, you know, specifically the way that the society says it's like this little norm in the middle, this little bell curve. And if you're not at the center of the bell curve, you know, something's wrong with you, or there's a label on you. But all of these things are gifts if we can see it that way. All of these ways that we've been made, you know, our nature is a gift, is an absolute gift. Karen Frost, one of our ministers, said, "We weren't born to fit in, we were born to stand out." We weren't born to fit in, we were born to stand out. That's the truth of you and me. We were born to stand out. That's why we're so darn unique. But sometimes we take that uniqueness and we think something's wrong with us. I'm not like everyone else, so there must be something wrong with me. No, there's something special about you, and special in this case is a wonderful thing, right? You are unique because God made you unique, because everyone else was there. We already have that. What we need is you. Maybe there's some poetry in you. Maybe there's some music in you. Maybe there's a new idea in you. Maybe there's a new way of being in the world that you're to model. Maybe there's, I love all of these people who are claiming who they are and giving others the freedom, others who are like them, the freedom to also say, oh, like I could be myself as well. You know, in NFL, the first active NFL player to come out as gay, right? It's like, oh, the freedom that gives to so many people to say you don't have to hide in the shadows. So many things that we're doing, as much as we can, you know, be concerned about things in the world, so many openings are happening that show that what we're really doing is we're birthing this new era where we do get to be who we are in the fullness of all of it. Edward Folyun, the spiritual leader for our whole movement, posted on Facebook this week, a quote by Rumi that says, "Wherever you stand, be the soul of that place. Wherever you stand, be the soul of that place." To me, what that says is not like arrogant. It's not an arrogant statement. What it is bring your essence wherever you are and be the soul of that place. So when someone comes into that place or comes into your experience, they experience you. They get the gift of experiencing you. This should not be a rare thing in our world, that just a few people like David Letterman or the Dalai Lama or just a handful of people get to be, and everyone says, oh my goodness, just to be in that person's presence, it's so amazing. This is the truth of every one of us. If we were to give our gifts, if we were to fully be the presence uniquely expressing as us, it would be the same. It would be like, oh my goodness. I mean, isn't it refreshing whenever you meet someone that just is who they are, right? Even if you don't like them or agree with them, it's like, oh my goodness, this person is fully free and they're being who they are. Something about that draws us in, captures our attention. Let's be ourselves in the most bold way, without being arrogant, without being conceited. It's not about that, because that shows that we're not comfortable in being who we are. Be who we are with such calmness and confidence and assurity. We can say, I accept me. We can affirm. That's an affirmation that I developed for myself some years ago that has really been powerful for me, because sometimes I want to be accepted by everyone else. I want approval by everyone else, and it can drive me crazy, you know, to like, oh, this person's not approving of me, until I began to tell myself, I approve of you, Gregory. I approve of you. And I would turn it around and say, I approve of me. And it's so powerful. I approve of me. I have the power to do that. You have the power to do that. You have the power to approve of you. And ultimately, the beauty is that the only one who really can approve of us and that has any significance or any meaning or any healing or any upliftment or empowerment is when we accept ourselves. Then all of the acceptance and approval from the outer is just nice on top of that. But it's like we have to love ourselves first. We have to give ourselves that gift first. We have to embrace ourselves, accept ourselves, and say, I approve of you. Maybe say that to yourself right now. I approve of me. And maybe even say it to your neighbor. I approve of you. You're amazing. You are amazing. Because this is the truth of who we are. Can we accept the precious gift of each person around us? When I walk down the street, sometimes I wonder if people know who they're passing on the street. Everyone we pass on the street is this unique emanation of spirit, this precious, unique emanation of spirit. Sometimes we're so busy and so in a rush, we don't even realize, whoa, there was another amazing being, and there was another amazing being. And then in our families and in our spiritual community and our neighbors, we have all these amazing beings around us, and then we are an amazing being. Ernest Holmes in the Science of Mind textbook said, as the inner light dawns, it delivers the outer life from bondage as the inner light dawns. This is in line with the teaching that everything is from within out. When the soul knows freedom, the law will free the body, and the outer life will express health, happiness, and success. When the soul knows freedom from within, when we free ourselves, when we begin to say, I love you, Gregory, and you put your name in there, I love you, I accept you, I approve of you, unconditionally, we begin to really say that and believe that and get that into our being. Now, all of these outer things come about because it's just awaiting our approval. It's just awaiting our own acceptance. The universe withholds nothing from us. The universe withholds nothing from us. It is awaiting our acceptance. The soul calls to be expressed. It calls to be free. It calls to have those parts of us that are unique, to find outlets for expression. This is the call. This is the invitation this morning. Stop hiding. Stop thinking you're not enough. Stop thinking that there is anything for you to hide. Stop thinking that you need to hide your light under a bushel. Start shining that light so brightly. Start becoming the fullness of who you are, not hiding any of it. We're in this conscious loving class right now, and we talk about speaking the microscopic truth. And that phrase often gets confused because we so often point outward when we're speaking the truth. We're telling everyone else about them and what they should be doing, that we don't tell the microscopic truth about ourselves, which the microscopic truth about ourselves is that we reveal ourselves. We tell who we really are. We're not hiding anymore. We're not afraid to say, I'm afraid, or I'm experiencing fear right now, or I'm experiencing joy right now. I'm experiencing bliss right now. To let it all be okay. And don't let the Science of Mind teaching confuse you to think that you have to always say, I'm experiencing joy, I'm experiencing bliss, my life is amazing. Right? Sometimes you can take a moment to say, I feel sad right now, and no one has to fix you. We can feel sad for a moment. We can be a good Science of Mind person and feel sad for a moment. It really is okay to give ourselves that permission, because once we feel it, it's going to pass anyway. It's not going to stay. So we get to be authentic. We get to be real. And the Hendricks say that any feeling fully felt leads to love. And the reason for that is any feeling fully felt passes. And once it passes, what's left is our essence. And what is our essence? Our essence is love. So if we don't fully feel each of these feelings, we're suppressing them, pushing them down because the mind says, I'm not supposed to feel that. You know, we can use the Science of Mind teaching that way to say, I'm not supposed to think something or feel something and we push it down, as opposed to just being with what is and embracing what is, because that's a gift too. The sadness that arises is a gift. It's like, oh, it's putting me in touch with something that needs my attention. So we give our attention, we feel it, it passes. Love is right there. And so we're just living as this dynamic vehicle and vessel of love. God spoke to Moses through a burning bush. And when I first remember hearing that story years and years ago, it sounded like some amazing thing was happening, right? But if you think about it, God is always speaking to us from the invisible, right? When is God ever showing up as like some being, right? Unless it's another person and God is speaking through that person. So really, all the time when God speaks to us, right, what we see is a bush in front of us or a tree in front of us or a rock in front of us. But this presence is always speaking to us, and it's always speaking about how it wants to be expressed, like it called Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, out of bondage, which is really our journey, right? That call of the soul to be freely expressed, that call from the burning bush that says, go free yourself, free yourself. And they say, Moses said, well, who's going to believe me? Who's going to follow me when I go to lead the Israelites out of Egypt? Who should I say told me to do this or sent me? And God says, tell them I am that I am sent you. Tell them I am sent you. Tell them the God of your people sent you, right? And how would you like to get that message, right? That you got to go tell people, well, God sent me here to free us. But really, it's a message for ourselves, that God is knocking on the door, that God is speaking through the burning bush. God is speaking through other people. God is speaking to us all the time to say, free yourself, free yourself, free yourself. The world needs you. You were put here to express something absolutely uniquely. Let go of all the things that have had you hide your light under a bushel. And shine, shine, shine that light. Be who you are in all of your glory and all of your uniqueness. In Center for Spiritual Living in particular, you will be so embraced. You will be cheered. I remember sharing, I'm going to close with this. I remember sharing, coming first into Science of Mind, things that I had never shared anywhere else, but I felt safe in the Science of Mind community to share them. And I remember being cheered, and it just touched my heart so deeply that the things that I was ashamed of, the things that I tried to hide, the things that I thought no one would ever love me if they knew this about me. And then the Science of Mind community, as I revealed myself, as I became more authentic, more real, and revealed who I am, amazingly, everyone saw me as a gift. Everyone embraced me and loved me. And then it gave me permission to do that out in the world. And then amazingly, even out in the world, most of the time, people, when they can see that we embrace ourselves, that we accept ourselves, and that we are freely expressing our uniqueness, we even get embraced out in the world. So that is the invitation today. Be all of you. Be all of you. You're amazing. Thank you so much. And let us turn within for prayer. And so I just know in this moment that God is and there is nothing else. And so therefore, since there is nothing but God, this one infinite presence of love, wholeness, harmony, wisdom, then I know that that is who I am, a divine expression of that one. And I know that that is the truth of every person listening, seeing, participating in the service today, and every person that concerns us, that each one is a divine expression of that one. And so knowing that we are all divine expressions of the one, unique expressions of the one, I speak this word today of freedom, that the soul is free to be expressed in whatever it is that we fear, whatever it is that our doubt comes in and causes us to cover up, to hide, that we are free. Today we are free, that this word is a word of power to free us, to release all that seems to hinder us and hold us back, and that allows the soul to dance freely in life, totally free. And so I bless each one in this journey, knowing that each one who is saying yes, that today is today and we are free. I am so grateful for this truth, so grateful for this awareness. I release this word, that immutable law that only knows to say yes. And therefore I know it is done just as I have declared, touching and agreeing with each person. I let it be. We ground it together with the words, and so it is. And so we've reached our conscious giving time, our opportunity to share our financial gifts with the center, the spiritual community that so supports us, that so is a catalyst and a springboard for our spiritual development, our spiritual growth, so much more than that, right? Like the springboard for us to stand in and express out in the world in amazing ways. And so there's so many ways you can give. You can text to give at 239-320-3820. You can send it through PayPal at cslcapecoral.org. You can go to the website, cslcapecoral.org, and you can even set up automatic payments so you don't even have to think about it, right? So you can go to cslcapecoral.org, set up an automatic payment every month or weekly or bi-weekly or on whatever frequency you want, and then not even think about it. You know, you're just automatically supporting your center, this beautiful center. Aren't centers for spiritual living amazing? Everywhere I go, it's not even just one, like you guys are special, but every one I go to is just like so much love, so much upliftment at each center. Let us give generously to our center. And so there are receptacles at the exit where you can drop your gift, where you can leave your gift if you are at the center today. And so in this moment, I invite you to hold your gift, your tithe, between your hands if you have it available, and place your hands over your heart, if you will, as we speak this tithing affirmation. Today, I know the activity of divine abundance is at work in my life and the life of this center. I give and receive generously as I live in the flow of bountiful good. And so it is. Yes, that is the truth. And so I just bless this offering that everyone has brought forth. I know, as Jesus said, that the woman who gave a penny gave the most of all because she gave everything she had. And so I bless every gift, not recognizing small or large, knowing that every gift given from the heart, given with pure intention to uplift, to support, to give back to the flow of that divine energy, just multiplies and multiplies the good out in the world, and then returns right on back to the giver, heaped up, pressed down, and running over. And so we are all in the flow of divine abundance. We cannot outgive God. How good it is. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings.
Wow, that was inspirational. That's a pretty great place to hang out, huh? So I am your human invitation to all kinds of cool activities going on here at the center. We have a new meditation group starting with our lovely and amazing Karen Gidley, who led the meditation this morning. It's going to be on Zoom Wednesday evenings beginning July 14th from 6:30 to 7:30. For a spiritual reading and meditation. So you can visit our calendar on cslcapecoral.org or check your email to register. If you are on our mail list, we send things like this out in an e-blast. So make sure you keep an eye on all of the fun things coming through there. Each week, we have a midweek tune-up head up by our another amazing practitioner, Melissa Tuff. It is Wednesdays outside, weather permitting, and heat probably, right? If it's too hot, it's indoors. Socially distanced and masks optional. And there always, oops, I turned that off by accident. And they're always having a nice conversation out there. So do join them. Are you being called to service? Listen closely because I know you are. Are you outgoing, friendly, and organized? Then we want you. Speak with Melissa Tuff about our open volunteer opportunities. We would love you to be part of the service team. So our bookstore is being reimagined. So please join us to meet and discuss our bookstore space. A meeting will be taking place on Sunday, July 11th, right after service here, right? Is that what the time it is? And you can speak with myself or Melissa for more information, but we would love to have you on that team to help reimagine the bookstore. Do you have an idea for an event or social gathering? We want to hear from you. Submit your ideas using Contact Us tab on our website by email to office at cslcapecoro.com. And we are reimagining our center as well, so not necessarily reimagining, but expanding our imagination on possibilities and potentialities. So we would love for you to be part of that. We're seeing, and we've been doing a little visioning team, and we've been seeing lots of outdoor activities. We have an amazing space here, so we just want to attract more people to have fun with, because the more the merrier, right? Our food drive is ongoing, so please drop off your non-perishable donations on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 2. And you could probably do it for midweek tune-up as well, Melissa, right? And or of course, on Sunday mornings. And we do appreciate your support, and I'm absolutely certain the people receiving it do as well. Our coffee service is back, so stick around and hang out and have a cup of coffee and enjoy each other's company, fellowship, and hang out with us. 1 Minute Miracles are back. Practitioners will be available for prayer immediately following service. So if you have something heavy on your heart or something that you want to manifest or celebrate, please do meet with one of us. And now is our time for Standing in the Light. So I invite you all to stand. And this is a time where we hold the space for possibilities and potentialities, holding and knowing the truth. Here we release and let go of any of the problems and the seeming circumstances and situations. And we release names of our friends, loved ones, and family into the light. And I am standing in the light for this amazing center, for the new possibilities and potentialities, and as always, standing in the light for my beautiful son, Cole, knowing his wholeness and perfection. That was standing in the light for Pam. That was standing in the light for Noni. And I'm standing in the light for all the unspoken prayers, and I invite you to include your own name into this beautiful prayer field. Linda? So how good it is to come together in the awareness that there is but one life, one source, one supply, one love intelligence that is governing the universe, that is everywhere present, that is present right here, right now, and that precedes us, preparing the way. So I know this day is blessed and a blessing, and each one blessed and a blessing. And I am just so grateful to know that we walk out of here into that field of grace that is so lovingly prepared, all that is needed before it is needed. So there is nothing left to do on this day but to lean in, let go, let God, and to enjoy this beautiful Sunday. And so it is. Amen.